pause. It's blinking. Oh, it's recording. You're good. Start.
Hi, this is Homiletics and I am Linda Burdett. Today I'm going to share with you the parable of the lost son. This is from the New International Version, and I will be reading it right out of the Bible. Jesus continued, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, 'Father, give me my share of the estate.' So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got all that he had, set off for a distant country where he squandered his wealth in wild living. After he spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him into the fields to feed the pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he had come to his senses, he said, 'How many of my father's hired men have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against the heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like the one of your hired men.' So he got up and he went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against the heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fatted calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now is found.' And so they began to celebrate." The next portion of this video, I get to share with you the process that I went through in choosing this parable. There really was no process. When this assignment was presented, I knew that this was the parable that I would be sharing with you. The process that I actually went through was about my own vulnerability. Just how vulnerable do I want to be to get a grade, to do this class? And through that process, I realized that it's not about a grade, and it's not about letting you see me cry. What it's really about is being my genuine self and bringing that part of my genuine being into all that I do and all that I say. So the next part is what this parable means to me. This is my story. Written years and years ago by people who had yet to know of me. This is my story. I walked away from my family. I walked away from the people who loved me. I became a junkie, living on the streets of San Diego for 8 months. No one knew where I was or what I was doing until I got arrested and ended up in jail. Today, my husband and I just celebrated 42 years of marriage, and my children are all in my life. I have 8 beautiful grandchildren, with a 9th on the way in August, and I've watched most of my grandchildren be born. Not a single one of them has ever seen me drunk or high. This is my story, and I was welcomed home. God bless.